Then I'll just ask you straight away. Do you know where she is?
Wow, that was a really easy conclusion to come to. Like, ask him all these questions, and now we get to the right question. Do you know where she is?
Yeah, I feel like that should have been the opening move, right?
No.
Oh. Well, that's a bummer. Case closed.
All right, game over.
We don't.
Hey everybody, welcome back to some more Deadly Premonition 2. It's okay, I almost forgot the name of the video game. That's fine. Right, where we last left off, I believe we used our psychic powers to know that messy old letters is progress, so we'll do other ones first. I want to know what the ash in the fireplace is about.
We should get him out.
Looks like he burned something other than firewood in here.
Yeah, he burned ash. How could he do that?
Did he destroy something when he figured out we were coming?
Yeah, the chat lesbian.
Maybe it's just a red herring meant to throw us off.
I love that the days of the chat lesbian would have been when we had, like, 25 viewers on our streams, which means one person who will ever watch this will get it beyond us.
What do you mean?
And that's hilarious.
I currently have 25 viewers on my streams.
Good
I
point.
can't take anything at face value.
All right. Look at his jittering leg.
The sound of a baby crying got him that agitated? He may be sick, but that's still no excuse for this behavior.
He's just practicing for being a drummer. You can investigate it again.
Huh.
Oh, but you can also investigate the ash again. Never mind.
There's look and inspect, which is very confusing. I'm going to inspect this, which I think just means talk to him about it.
The logs in the center look far more burnt compared to the rest.
Do they? I don't see it personally.
Almost looks like they were used in conjunction with some kind of accelerant. Did you recently burn something there?
Yes, it's my fireplace.
It's our fireplace.
I love that we had the same answer.
We're free to use it as we please.
All right.
I see traces of resin, which leads me to believe you burned up some sort of toxic substance.
The red seeds, maybe?
You know, weed leaves resin too.
It doesn't matter what kind of fireplace you have. Burning anything other than firewood in it is dangerous.
That is incorrect. However, I'm not going to give you advice to burn things that aren't firewood in your fireplace.
Next time, don't burn it up at home. Dispose of it like you would any other non-burnable refuse. Especially if it was something like a smartphone or a USB memory stick.
Okay, well, if it was either of those, we would surely find some kind of trace.
Non-burnable refuse like a smartphone? Let's be serious here, Belle. That's exactly the sort of data one needs to thoroughly immolate. Remember what you learned at Quantico.
Alright, let's ask about the leg.
Instead of kicking your floor, perhaps it'd be wiser to invest in a soundproofing mat.
Are you irritated, Belle? Yes, of course you are. You think we lack a common human trait, and that bugs you. We're crazy. Human refuse. That's how we look to you, isn't it?
I would never go that far, but you did surprise me. Just doesn't seem like the kind of attitude one should display when in the company of others.
Yes, we're sorry. We agree with you.
I feel like she needs to get off his fucking case sometimes. Jesus. You're in his house, and he's tapping his foot. I'm so sorry that the fucking, like, dying cancer patient in his own home is tapping his foot. God
Mr. Morgan,
forbid.
Can you please stop tapping your foot like a drummer? You're very bad at it.
It just made us remember a time when that noise kept ringing out, and we couldn't stop it.
Is that a reference to something that we haven't seen yet in Deadly Premonition 2? Or something from Deadly Premonition 1? That's always a fun game to play.
When that noise kept ringing out, we couldn't stop it. There was a baby.
Well, yeah, he's probably thinking about the baby. I was gonna say, I can't think of anything in Deadly Premonition 1 where he seemed affected by a noise.
That flight from Newark Liberty to Seattle Tacoma. It was the first flight we took as FBI agents. The plane was shaking violently due to turbulence.
And there was a crying baby.
Now, I want to point out, this is another D4 thing. In D4, there was a plane shaking violently due to turbulence. I'm just still curious how much they're going to tie those two things together. I know they implied that the apartment above ours is the one of... I'm blanking on his name now, but the guy from D4.
And when we looked to the side, we saw a young mother cradling a baby with a frightened look on her face.
Okay.
We got worried, so we spoke to her. Then the baby started crying. It was so loud, we couldn't resist plugging up our ears. And since it was so loud, the rest of the passengers started glaring at us.
You know, it's, I feel like it's a pretty strong running theory at this point that Zach/York is autistic, right? A pretty common sign, or a pretty common symptom, I guess, of autism is being very sensitive to loud sounds, and especially, like, certain particularly irritating sounds. I wonder if that's why that stuck with him?
At first, the mother and I waved our hands, trying to quiet down the baby. But our efforts were in vain. It never stopped crying. The more our anxiety levels rose, the louder its cries grew.
Alright, that's what that sounds like to me.
Shrill and piercing, as if they were heralding the apocalypse. We were powerless, and the baby's mother was helplessly bewildered. Once the plane landed safely in Tacoma, the baby finally stopped crying.
It went into
Heaved a sigh of
Tacoma.
relief and looked at the mother.
Good Tacoma coma reference, bro.
Then she said, "Whose child is this?"
What the fuck?
We were shocked, so we asked her what was going on. Apparently, sometime after she boarded the flight, that baby randomly appeared on her lap. Then, it ordered her to call me over, and kept sitting there, as if nothing was wrong.
The baby ordered her to call him over.
Can you believe that, Belle? Bizarre, isn't it? While we were talking, the baby disappeared. The being responsible for all that loud, grating noise simply disappeared without a trace. Ever since then, whenever I hear a baby crying, I remember that bizarre experience. Well, what do you think, my fairy? Was it some sort of sign?
So you said that was his first flight as the FBI?
Yeah.
So presumably, that would be before the events of past Deadly Premonition 2. That's interesting. That would have been really early.
Unless he's never flown as an FBI agent up until, let's say, Deadly Premonition 1. Because they were in Washington, right? So Seattle would have been nearby.
That is true.
It's kind of hard to place because we don't know exactly when he flew, per se. He could have just driven to the area around Le Carre, then got his car stolen, then he's just been hoofing it on a skateboard the entire time after that.
Yeah, I would need to really dig through the memory bank to try and remember if he's ever offhand said he's flown in the past in this game. I'm gonna assume probably he's flown by this point, but I really don't know for sure.
I'm so close to finding out where she is. So close now.
By the way, you're still searching for Patricia, yes?
You don't need to worry about that. We're investigating. In fact, we've almost reached our goal. We just need to find some conclusive evidence.
You mean you have found her, or?
Oh, we sincerely hope that's the case.
Makes it sound like she's fucking dead and you're trying to find conclusive evidence of who did it. That's really what that sounds like.
Mm-hmm.
Hard to believe, though. After all, so far you've just been barking up the wrong tree.
Haha, tree symbolism.
Barking up the wrong tree.
Yeah, you need to bark up the red trees. How haven't you figured this out yet?
That's right.
Look at this black and white
Wasting
picture. It's a
time
red
here.
tree.
You should be out there, looking for her.
Then I'll just ask you straight away. Do you know where she is?
Wow, that was a really easy conclusion to come to. Like, ask him all these questions, and now we get to the right question. Do you know where she is?
Yeah, I feel like that should have been the opening move, right?
No,
Oh. Well, that's a bummer. Case closed.
All right, game over.
we don't. But we can feel her when we close our eyes and become one with the world.
Zach, that's called thinking.
It's very faint, but we can see her. We can see Patricia.
Are you trying to distract me again? Or do you
This is
really
working.
expect me to believe you're clairvoyant or something?
What do you think we are, X-Men?
Like, he could have responded with a lot of things, but I didn't think it was gonna be that. I'm just thinking of the X-Men cartoon theme now.
If you keep dodging her questions like that, I'm pretty sure you will be an X-Man.
Keep dodging my questions. What are you, Nightcrawler? Na 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 na. Zach, stop singing that.
It's metaphysical offender profiling.
MOP for short.
He actually asked me where Patricia is? Does he have full confidence that we'll never find her?
She's in that garbage bag just off and to the right.
She's also in the other garbage bag behind us, and one in the bathroom.
Fine. I can deal with that. I'll just ask him everything I can about the Le Carré case.
You know what we haven't, at least I haven't, thought about in ages now in this game? What the hell's up with the sanctuaries in the room? The triangles? We never figured anything out about that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, we're so in the dark on what the hell that is all about. We're in the dark about a lot of the Zack stuff, aren't we?
Mm-hmm. Literally and metaphorically.
All we know is that he watches great movies.
Like Ratman.
Okay, hold on. Are we finally gonna figure this out?
Low-fat vitamin D.
Is that important? Can we vision on that one?
You know what? We should, shouldn't we? I'm just looking at it right now.
Why are they all lined up so neatly?
Vitamin D enriched. Oh, is that why there's a sun on it? Okay, we're
Okay,
in the
good.
clear.
That's not important.
Okay. Out of interest, which one of these? Both.
Both of them.
Good to know. I will look at both first before we decide what to inspect then. Let's inspect the cartons.
This square area enclosed by milk cartons. Is it another sanctuary?
Oh!
The more I look around, the more I feel like there's some sort of system to all this. The sanctuary on this table. The fireplace sanctuary.
I didn't notice the one on the fireplace.
Yeah, I just noticed it now too.
And
They're
the
all
milk
lined up.
carton sanctuary.
See, I had not pieced it together that the milk carton thing was a sanctuary. Huh.
They're lined up. They're about evenly distributed throughout the room.
You're
They
right.
all lead into the room back there.
They all lead into the room back there? What?
There's a
and one
room
more
to the
by
right of the
window,
cartons.
and yet another by my feet.
Are they leading there?
Are they signs? Or
Maybe
is
they're all
this
pointing in that
all
direction.
some sort of path?
Hey, Belle.
They
Is
are.
that a serious
They're not just
question?
triangles. They're also arrows.
Are they?
Like, it almost looks like the one at the chessboard. The point that's closest to the text box right now, where it's right above question, it looks like that side is longer than the other two. But maybe I'm just seeing things.
I don't
Either
know.
way, if it is an arrow, then it is pointing to the room right behind the camera right now.
So, I thought they were all symmetrical, but now that you pointed out, yes, all of them have at least one corner pointing at that door. And I don't think that would be not intentional.
Of course it is.
We're drying them out.
What?
We line the milk cartons up to dry them out, so we can turn them into Halloween decorations.
That sounds like bullshit.
Halloween? It's only January.
This is America, land of the free.
If I want to celebrate Halloween on March 12th, I will damn well celebrate Halloween on March 12th.
I wish I was an American. If I was an American, I would use that excuse for goddamn everything.
Go out and about, punch a guy. Why'd you do that? This is America, land of the free. Got a problem with that? All right, let's just look at them.
Professor R was a Clarkson, and also the mother of Saint Rouge.
Okay.
If Professor R really was the mastermind behind everything, if she wanted to rebuild the Clarksons' legacy, then why did she feel the need to kill everyone?
Okay. What do you think we should inspect?
Let's look at the frozen body. I feel like we're going to need to investigate both of them.
I kind of get the feeling we will as well.
By the way, how did the FBI find Lisa's body? After 14 whole years.
That's none of your business.
Are you saying they just happened to be investigating the Clarksons' cold storage warehouse by pure chance?
Wait. Was it
Maybe something
found
else
in the
happened.
Clarksons' cold storage warehouse?
Yes. Because she was frozen, just like that.
Yeah, but the body was stolen in the past, and it cropped back up in the warehouse? I never realized that. Sorry, I bet you they told us something about that at the start, but you know, it's so long between these Zach segments.
And also between our recording sessions.
That too. Yeah, every 2 episodes we break for about a week.
That there was some undercover terrorism plot afoot there?
I said it's none of your business.
I have a guess as to what might be happening nowadays, but I don't really have a whole lot of evidence to back this up yet.
Go for it.
What if Patricia, the newest Clarkson, is picking up where Professor R left off, and in order to attract Zach back to Le Carre, she's putting up Lisa's body in the cold storage, and maybe she'll try to set up something else with Galena or Professor R, like making it look like the same things that had been happening 14 years ago are still happening nowadays.
So basically she's trying to coax Zach/York out of hiding or wherever.
Something like that.
Okay. Yeah, I could see that.
Well, then we'll.
But like I
just have
said,
to
no
guess.
evidence yet. Just like a what if.
Yeah, it can't rule it out.
It was an anonymous tip.
I mean, unless Patricia's dead, then we can probably rule that out. Probably.
Yep.
You don't know for sure. There's magic shit.
Yeah.
Tip related to Saint Rouge. Did we hit the nail on the head, Belle?
Man, why can't he ever have light laughter? I don't understand.
But that's not what we want to know about. After all, the FBI gets hundreds of tips every day.
Usually they're $1 bills.
It was always that way, even back when we were on duty. Here's what we really want to know.
I mean, when he was on duty, he got tipped a lot. Every time he got a headshot, he got paid for it.
Yeah.
Why?
Every time he changed clothes, he got tipped.
All those tips. Did you select that one?
I know, right?
Would you tell us that much, Belle? What urged you to make a beeline straight for this case?
Okay, I hadn't thought about that.
That's
None of your business?
none of your business.
Hmm.
Well, you know what else is none of your business? Where I
The next
put my
episode?
fucking triangles and what I put in my goddamn fireplace. None of your business. Can your partner not take an hour in the bathroom, by the way?
Yeah, right. Where the hell is Simon?
So you think Alina was murdered by Helena Doman, her own brother?
No, not her. Galena was someone else.
Then who killed her?
Probably Melvin.
It's written in the report, isn't it?
Yes. But I'm asking you. Would you mind answering me in your own words? You see, I find your entire story highly suspicious.
It's a complicated matter. Extremely complicated.
Don't let him draw you into his game. Stay calm, Aaliyah Davis.
Said Aaliyah Davis.
You ever done that? You ever just said your full name to yourself in your head and went, stay calm?
I don't do it, but apparently it's a thing other people do.
Is it? I have
I think
never
so.
done that
It's
in
to
my
psych
life.
people up.
All right. Whatever works, I guess.
Investigate pondering Aaliyah.
Hold on. We can't investigate this yet. I have to look first.
Am I winning here or... No. I need to stay positive. I have to solve this case no matter what it takes. I can't lose courage here.
I think I'm gonna inspect.
The future influences the present just as much as the past.
Is this gonna say that we're gonna rewrite history as we know it by learning new things in the present day? It's gonna affect things that we do in 2005.
Maybe. Also, just the future influences the present as much as the past. Is she saying that the future and the past both influence the present, or is she trying to say the future influence the present and the past?
See,
I'm not sure
that's what I was saying, is that if the future influences the present and it influences the past, then that means that if you learn something in this modern day in 2019 and you jump back to 2005, now something new has occurred in the timeline, thus branching off the timeline.
I think it might just be awkward wording, and that maybe what she meant is just that the present is affected by future and past. And if so, vaguely true?
I've seen an anime where some guy in the present day, which is technically the future during most of the setting of the show, he has these little visions that he's allowed to go back like 5 seconds in time and like redo something if he sees something go wrong.
Oh.
But eventually he also jumps way back to when he was in middle school and relives like bits and pieces of his life, and he redoes all of that. And then by the end of the show, he actually stays in that new timeline rather than jumping back to his old one because it's better for him.
Weird.
You asked me why I spent an entire 2 days observing you before I came to speak with you. Well, here's why. Over those 49 hours, I observed the intervals between your actions. When you were neither doing something nor doing nothing. I intently studied your intervals between action to action, and action to inaction, to action. People reveal everything during the intervals between their actions.
You shouldn't have said that word so much. Now it doesn't sound like a word.
Oh no, you could probably take this whole scene and have some fun in the editing bay just messing around with it.
For
All right,
example,
and action.
when you eat alone versus eating with someone else. The most prominent differences always appear when someone either begins or finishes eating a meal.
Where's this going?
And since these are unconscious actions, they can't be consciously hidden. When you prepare to eat or finish eating, When you move in to clean up.
You drink a coffee.
When you pick up a book or close one. When you raise a cup of coffee to your lips.
I notice this button prompt appear for the A button every time you do something.
Human actions speak volumes. Not even the person doing the actions is conscious of them. That's what lies in those intervals.
All right, I get it. Just get to your point.
That's my modus operandi.
Yes. What is it you have observed that is so appalling?
And here's the conclusion it helped me reach. There's one other person in this house.
What about him opening and closing books and how he does it says there's another person in the house? Just being wary of volume?
Isn't there?
You're incredible, Bill. You outdid all our expectations. Impressive, to say the least.
My fairy is here.
You're right, Bill. But only half right.
There's half a human in here.
Half?
Like I said, they're in that garbage bag. There's a different garbage bag they're also in. Their body parts are all over the place.
How much you want to bet? She opens the door and a cat walks out.
You should still be
I
proud.
call her Emily.
Honestly, we never thought you'd make it this far. You've got real talent.
That feels like a GLaDOS line. I never expected you to make it this far.
I just thought of something. Does this whole game retcon the director's cut ending of Deadly Premonition 2? The extra
I really
shit?
hope so.
I hope so, because honestly, the director's cut extra shit in Deadly Premonition 1 felt really out of place. Oh yeah, happy laugh, by the way.
Happy laugh.
I don't know if you could tell the difference.
I think it's the shoulders that give it away.
Mm-hmm.
Most of what
New
you
cutscene? Hell yeah.
If this goes to court, I won't let you claim that your testimony is inadmissible just because of your little indulgence there.
Fine by us.
Yeah.
We can even put it in writing if you want. We won't run or hide. Will we, my fairy? Where's the paper? I know I had it around here somewhere. Where is it?
Oh no.
We're fine.
Hey, everything okay? What's going on?
I could
out
ask
here?
the same of you.
Oh, don't tell me.
He's just suffering from nausea. I was more worried about you. You were in there for quite some time.
Yeah, sorry. Ever since you got here, I've been all backed up.
Mr. Morgan, can you
Simon
stay?
probably was killing the other, tenant of the house if he has
Simon.
one.
Mm-hmm.
Coffee? What could it be?
Hey, Dragonfly.
Trying to tell me. Think.
Is that a dragonfly?
You know, it's a shame the game doesn't take place somewhere with palm trees.
Footsteps. Big. Footsteps.
I say that because the red tree
Footsteps.
kind of looks like a palm tree. If it's like a dragonfly, it's like a,
Yeah.
you know, like dragonfly looks like palm tree, palm red tree. I don't know. Maybe you could do something there. Kind of like how the first
Some
game.
odd fella was following her around.
Oh, are we about to make a revelation?
Stalking her like.
Ooh, the music is weird. Do you hear that?
Mm-hmm.
That poor girl, Lise, she was a druggie. And she was into the really bad stuff.
The Red Soul has the power to amplify the unique characteristics we all possess. Mentally and physically.
Jay's music.
That's why I created the holy red powder.
Gah! Music.
You okay? Hey.
We're fine. Just feeling a little tired. Would you take us to get our medicine?
Sure. It's in the bathroom, right?
Don't go in there.
It stank.
Seems like he's calmed down a little. We should let him rest for a while.
Let's just sail this out loud. Oh.
One more step and I could have cornered Morgan. But so be it. I can still keep investigating even if the owner of this chair isn't present. Simon Jones, what a piece of work. How can anyone have such bad training?
That's my other name.
All right, on the next episode, everybody, I guess we're investigating the apartment without Zach for the first time. Maybe we're gonna fuck with the door. Have a big cliffhanger or something. Until next time, have a nice day.
See ya.